All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? This is Frosty. Good to see you. Thank you all for being here today. I have what I hope is going to be a really fun discussion. It's going to be extremely historical based off of something that was recently found. Now, some of you may have seen this already, others may not. But again, we're going to be talking about this. Eric and Paul are here. They just stepped away to get some coffee. So I'm going to do some pleasantries, say hi to everybody. Happy Sunday morning, by the way. Sloppy, Scotty Aquati, you guys are in the house. Siren, thank you so much for posting those links for the portrait and the landscape modes. What's going on, me? Hope you're doing well. AZ Coins is in the house. Freaking awesome is here. Des Logic, how you doing? We've got Jeff Davis. We got Coin Junkie AG. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Starika's here. Wiggy Diggy's in the house. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me. Today, we're going to be talking about some coins that were recently found. Now, these coins are kind of what I like about this particular hoard that was found is that they're over 2,100 years old. Puts them in the ancient category, but there's a lot of cool things about this particular hoard. Now, again, when we're talking about the coins, I'm going to share my screen real quick and give you just an example of one of the coins that's here. This is a coin by Alexander Janus. You'll see this particular coin. I'm going to zoom in. Actually, let's do that. We'll kind of look at that there. So this coin hoard was found in Jordan around the 27th of December. It is from the Judean nation. So if you guys know Judea being Hebrew, that was during the time of Hanukkah. It was a really cool kind of find. Good morning, Tiger. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. But what I thought was really cool about this is there's so many stories. There's so much history during this time frame, and a lot of people, if you're a believer in Christ and you enjoy the Christian history, you'll know the story of the widow's mite. And one thing that's really cool about this particular coin hoard is when they talk about the story of the widow's mite, they talk about a coin that was what they call two mites, and this is the what they called the biggest offering given by the woman. That's all she had. So there's a lot of history, a story behind this particular item. There's a potential, and I say potential because I don't know yet. I haven't been able to find out any information. This is when you need somebody like Aaron Burke. He would know this information off the top of his head, and if not, he had the book available. But there's a potential that there are some of those coins in this particular hoard. There are also other coins that are larger, but this is a very, very key time in this particular area. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the article that was released by Numismatic News on the 14th of January. That is listed in the description. I'm also going to be going over some of the history regarding the Maccabean and Hasmonean eras, the time frame in which this came about. So we'll be talking a little bit about the Yochanan history. This is Hebrew history, talking about Judah and times of Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar, King Herod. Again, just some fabulous time. So if you guys like this time period, then you should enjoy the history that I'm going to go over. If you don't like this time frame, or you think this is going to be a Christian discussion regarding just believers, that's again, we're taking this from the historical standpoint. Christianity is history, so again, there will be aspects of that in here, but again, this is not going to be a religious-based discussion. So I'm going to read you guys the article. I'm going to share this article with you. And again, if you want to look at this, the link is there. Where did Interesting. Where did my... I got to figure out where my... There it is. All right. So here is the history. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this. I don't need these ads. Okay, so this was what they called the miracle hoard, or the Hanukkah miracle hoard. Again, 2,100 years old, located in Jordan. And again, when you talk about this, you'll see this. This is a representation of what was on my thumbnail. You look at the 4 various coins that are there. There may be other coins in here. Those are the ones that pulled out. And again, you can look at some of these. They're very small. So again, there's a likelihood that you might find some of the coins in which the widow's mite was cut. So a really, really cool time frame from the Hasmonean dynasty. Again, University of, I think it's Haifa, uncovered the hoard, 160 coins, which is, again, we're talking about a significant number of these particular coins. If you're asking me a question in chat, if I can get my moderators to kind of note those, I am reading. You can see I'm sharing my screens. I got a bunch of screens and photos open, so I'm not looking at chat right now. If you're saying something in chat, I apologize. But what was really cool is, again, they're calling this the Hanukkah miracle. But you can see the information here. I think that's what's cool about this is when we talk about the history of coins, when we talk about, and you guys know I love my history. When we talk about the history of coins, or we talk about the history of Judean coins, the history of this general time period, we're talking about coins that would kind of be like our 1793, 1795 flowing hairs, our 1792 half theme, right? Some of the original coins that were issued, first, second, third runs of these particular coins. This is kind of the level of find if you were trying to equate this to American numismatics. If you're looking at American history, United States Mint, the history of that, this is the kind of historical significance, if you will, for this particular item. But again, we're talking about ancient coins. So it's a really cool find. Again, these were located in what they call a waypoint for travelers. You'll see that listed right here. So this was kind of a pit stop for people. And the hoard was found in kind of a watery area, preferably, or something like a bathhouse. That was done. Again, this is a ritual bath. It's a water reservoir. They come in, they get some water, freshen up, pay the toll, and then move on. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of the coins that are here. Again, we'll talk about Alexander. We'll talk about some of the other rulers during this time frame. I've got another resource that I'll be sharing with you on the Hasmonean, the Maccabean coins. But I'm going to go over and everything that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be sharing with you. So you can pull this information up if you want. You don't necessarily need to be here for the discussion. If you are not interested in this, you only want to capture access or capture portions of this, you can go back through and look at it at your own time. But everything that I'm going to be doing, again, I am not a ancient coin expert. I know very, very, very little about ancient coins. But what I am is I'm a lover of history. I absolutely enjoy this time frame, doing some research and understanding the general time frame between 170 and 35 AD. So again, a lot of cool stuff, and we'll be talking about that. So the resource that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to pull this up here. This is called the JewishVirtualLibrary.org. They list a bunch of information regarding the first Judean coins, Syrian Judea coins. They talk about the Hasmonean Maccabee coins, which is what we're going to be talking about. So when you look at the history of this, you're going to see that, again, and I've got some maps. I'm going to pull a map up here. We're talking about, I've got a lot of things open here. We're talking about this conquest. This is the map of the area no, make this a little bit bigger, sorry. This is the map of the area that we're going to be talking about. Now, if you're looking from a historical standpoint, want to be familiar with where it's at, all the stuff that's going on in Gaza, so Gaza's here. So again, folks, we're talking about an area that has been strife with war, both religious and just strategic areas, coast, for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. The stuff that you hear today about Israel and Gaza and Lebanon and all that stuff, none of that stuff is new. This stuff has been going on for millennia. So again, you'll see ancient Samaria, Judea, Nabatea, Galilee. So you'll see a lot of great items here. So you'll kind of understand the King Alexander Janus during this time frame. And again, we're talking about 76 years before the Common Era. Okay. Now, when we talk about this again, alfalfa. We're looking at these again. We're looking at which one is this? This is the ancient Judea coins. Okay. So you'll see this particular coin here. Now, you can't see a very good photo of it, but I have a couple photos open. Now, this isn't, I don't think, yeah, this is the same coin. Here's a better image of that coin. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see this coin. Now, this coin actually is taken from the British Museum. Well, it wasn't taken. The photo was taken at the British Museum. But this gives you a really good example of the bronze coinage that's going to have been pulled from this particular hoard. This is one of the coins. You'll see 4 coins in that initial image. This is one of the 4 coins talking about the Alexander Janus time frame. There are 2 particular coins during this time frame. This is one of them. And you'll see just some really cool stuff. I don't know if somebody subscribed or whatever that is, but let me I can't look at it right now, but thank you. Somebody will call that out. If you guys can see that, please say thank you for whatever that was. So I got a couple photos from here, but I wanted to show you some of the coins that are actually being pulled out of this particular hoard. And I find this extremely fascinating just because of the amount. I mean, can you imagine if someone was to find 160 1795 flowing hair dollars? Could you imagine? I mean, what the value on that is. It's just absolutely stunning. So, freaking ads. Cool stuff. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Sorry, you guys don't need to see this. And stop sharing that screen. But again, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of neat things. Oh, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate that, Easy. Thank you so much. But there's a lot of really cool history in this. And one thing that I think is really neat was during this time frame, you've probably heard of somebody named the Maccabees. If not, they were the kings of Syria. They were Maccabee brothers. Simon in particular was known during this time frame, and he was a Syrian king who actually worked with the Judean population to actually really design the Judean coinage of the time. Now, they were always utilizing rulers, so you'll see Alexander Janus, you'll see Antiochus VII, Cades, Maccabees. You'll see all their particular coins. These rulers during this time frame, this kind of difficult, tumultuous period, is all a part of what was found in this. So again, from a standpoint of history, it's just a really, really neat find. So I'm going to pull this back up. I'm going to actually pull up the article, and I'm going to read you some of this because I want to talk about the 4 of the 5 periods that are listed here. Where is this? Hasmonean coins. There we go. Okay, so we're back here with the alfalfa picture. And I don't think if I zoom in, it's not. Hopefully you can read that better if I zoom in a little bit. But the one thing that I want you to look at here is this right here. So I want you to look again at this time frame. So we're talking about a couple different rulers all around this time frame. So we're looking at John Hyricus again, Judah. We're talking about Alexander Janus, John Heresius, and Mattathias during 47 to 37 BCE. So the only one that's not listed in this particular group that I could find is this period right here. But the other 4 periods are listed in this hoard. Why is that important? Because when we're talking about this particular series, when we're talking about this hoard that's been found, this encompasses all of early Judea. It encompasses a great, great history of what were called pruta, and you can see that down here. Now, there's single pruta, double pruta, and again, if you talk about the widow's mite, the 2 mite coin, they're talking about the bronze double pruta. There's a potential for one of those to be in this particular set. Pretty popular. Most of these were larger coins. You'll see those, the chalice and the dalchius of Antonius Matthias. Those are all Hasmonean coins. Again, I'm looking here down at the bottom. But again, the tiny half prutas and the 2 prutas, they're very, very rare. So again, to be able to find something like this, to be able to have stumbled across or knew whatever it was that they found these particular items, it's just a fascinating coin. This is another one of the coins that's there. I don't have a better picture of that one. I do have a better picture of this coin right here, which is located here. So you'll see where that zoomed in really big. Let's share that one. Copy, Paula. Let's share this screen real quick. Let's pull up this coin. All right, so this is the other coin that I was referencing here. Let me pull that, make that a little bit bigger. Zoom in a little bit so you can see this. Again, this one came from Matthias Antigonos. Excuse me, I'm massacring some of these names. But this is another one of the coins that are found in there. You can't see, I don't know why the other one's not showing up. Just a sec, let me see if I can pull up. That's the Janus coin. Where's the other coin? I don't know what happened. I can't find the other coin. I'll see as soon as I find it. I'll pull it up. I don't know where that image is. I might have accidentally closed it. But I don't have images of this particular coin here, which is the double pruta. And this is again John Hyrcanus. This one I haven't been able to find out if it's in the hoard or not. I didn't see that in the 4 that were listed. But this one is. And again, when you're talking about King Alexander, the Hasmonean period, there's a lot of history here. Now, why is this one important? Well, do you guys like Julius Caesar? What about Alexander the Great? King Herod, right? This is all the major actors that were happening during this particular time frame. And so when you talk about the rivalry between Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great, or Mark Antony, excuse me, not Alexander the Great, Mark Antony, you talk about the troubles that were between these 2 rulers. Julius Caesar actually took over Jerusalem from Mark Antony, actually took that over, and that's when they put Herod as the governor of that particular item. Why is that important? Well, during that time frame, that runs straight in to Christian history, which is the rule of Herod over the Judean period during that time of Christ. And this is where Herod and the Pharisees and all that stuff turned him over, and they turned it over to Pontius Pilate. So again, there's a huge, huge cornucopia of history embellishing these particular coins. So I just wanted to share with you guys, I didn't know if you guys had seen some of this. I'm going to be doing a video regarding this particular hoard. I'm going to try and reach out to Aaron Burke. He's obviously the go-to, the guy who really understands ancient coinage. See if I can get some history from him. I'm sure he's probably already working on putting something out regarding this particular one. But I thought this was really cool, and I just wanted to take some time, kind of talk to you a little bit about the historical context of this particular find, talk to you guys about some of the things that were there, and just look through this item. Again, I put the information in chat, so that article is there, and I will be adding the other reference that I pulled up there regarding this particular hoard. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, this is just, I'm totally nerd over history. And when I heard about this around the 28th, 29th of December, I've been waiting for some additional information to come out, and then saw that article that came out about 4 or 5 days ago. So I wanted to share that with you all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So that was, again, the educational first half hour of Frosty, the insights of a man who knows very, very little about the coinage. But like I said, I am going to be doing a video on this hoard, and I'll probably do a small series. Not right now because I'm doing the commemorative $50 series, but I'm going to continue to work on that. I may drop them intermittently as kind of special videos and special sessions, because I really, really like this time. Azure, I need to travel and explore. I would love to go there. I think it'd be absolutely fabulous. I had the opportunity when I was a kid to do some research and to understand. I actually have a Bible that came back made of the same type of tree the cross was made of. Really, really neat piece that came from there. So again, I want people to understand the history of it. And so again, I think it'd be really cool to be able to go back there and see that. But folks, I mean, you have to understand that when my wife and I went to Europe this last time, while she's looking at all the architecture, I'm going, this is where
the coins come from.
Well, yeah, like, I'm going, this is where the money was traded. Like, this is where Julius Caesar stood here, right? Mark Antony stood here. And thinking about Cleopatra walked the same corridor. It's just amazing to go, wow. Like, there's so much history in Europe. We think we have a really cool and storied history in the United States, but we're so new. We're just a blink in world history. And the thousands and thousands of years of European history and stuff that you can find there. It's just absolutely amazing. So I would love to get back and go see things like Lebanon, Israel, Syria. Go check out those areas. Very dangerous right now, right? I definitely wouldn't be taking the trip right now because of the situations that are going on. Hostilities are always present, but
the ceasefire is in effect there now. No,
they just violated the ceasefire. There was a drop on yesterday about that.
Like the last couple hours. Jeez.
Yeah. So again, they just dropped that. If you guys didn't know that, they blew the ceasefire. So again, I think it'd be amazing to go check this stuff out, to go see these places and go through. I definitely want to get back and go check out some other places. And my wife thought I was crazy when we went to the White Cliffs of Dover, and said, "Hey, Big Flip, thanks for being a member, brother. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate that. And look at that new membership jumped to 1. Woohoo! Thanks, bud. I appreciate you." When we went to the White Cliffs of Dover, and I just stood there and I sat there in awe. My wife's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Do you know what happened here? Like, do you know the history of what we're seeing right now? Do you know we're going to land in an area of France that's only 20 miles from where the Mosquito fleet, the 1,000 ships rescued the soldiers from an impending German advance. And, there were fisher vessels and little people with just two-man canoes rowing across the channel to save these British soldiers from pure annihilation. History is amazing. And so I wanted to take time and just kind of walk through what had been seen and what had been found. So actually, Big Flip does a lot of ancient. He has a lot of ancients on his channel. So if you go over and you check out Big Flip's channel, you'll probably find some ancients there. He gets a lot of ancients, some really, really cool ancients over on his channel. So go check out Big Flip as well. So, but anyway, that's all I had for that. I just wanted to take a minute and share that with you guys. Freaking awesome. Thank you so much for being a member, dude. I appreciate you. I really do. He only lives like 12 miles from me. We need to get together and go have lunch again. But thanks, bud. I appreciate you a ton. Thanks so much for that. So cool. That's all I have.
All right. Well, let's get some questions.
Yeah. So fire away. I've got the history up here. I've seen a lot of discussion. And again, folks, when I say that, and I'm not dissing American history. Okay. I love American history. But we have a very, very new history when it comes to many parts of the world.
Well, you even hear the Brits and the Germans when they start talking. In Germany, by name, hasn't been around. They were Prussia before Germany, but
yeah,
they always call the Americans the baby in the neighborhood because we're only a couple hundred years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people think that we have this rich storied history, and we do, but nothing like. I sat when we were in Venice. We went to Venice, Italy. And oh my God, I love Venice. Absolutely fabulous. Beautiful place. You walk through these itty bitty, tiny, narrow corridors, and then all of a sudden you're in this beautiful square. It's just like, oh my God, I've seen this. Have you seen League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
I have not.
Oh, that's a great movie. As soon as I walked through this one area and this little kind of street that was there, I walked around the corner and I was like, oh my God, I'm in the square. Like I was so
enamored by the whole thing.
I was. It was just totally. My wife was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh."
So your wife got to see the sides of Frosty he's never saw.
Yeah, yeah, and it was a lot of fun because as we were looking through places, my mind was going to, oh, check that out. We're in Florence. You know what? Hold on. Where is it? There it is. You know what that is? And she's like, no. And I'm like, if my son was here, he would know what it is. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, think of the video games he used to play. And she's like, oh, Assassin's Creed. Right? And so we're walking through and we're seeing all these things and all this pop culture stuff is happening and the games and various things and then history and where the rulers were and walking down and getting to stand at the foot of Amerigo Vespucci and go, oh, that's the dude that founded America. That's the dude who actually discovered America. See.
Freaking Awesome is a member.
Say again?
Freaking Awesome is a member.
Yeah, he just did a membership just a second ago. That is freaking awesome. But yeah, to be able to walk through and then to talk with people, like when we went to the Vatican, to actually talk with people and I had the opportunity. I had done all the paperwork, done everything, and then Spanish dignitaries showed up, which frequently happens. Dignitaries will just appear, and the cardinal that I was supposed to meet, get a coin, a Vatican coin. I couldn't get it. because they had closed off, they canceled it. The Swiss guard said, "Sorry, you can't go." Like we were walking to the corridor to go do this really fascinating, cool thing, and they canceled it like 5 minutes before we were there. Um, but to be able to walk through these places and see the history and walk through some of these churches and go, I felt so insignificant there, so tiny in retrospect to the grandeur of what was done, the quality of the craftsmanship, the architecture, the beautiful embellishment, the coinage that came from that time frame pales in comparison to the paintings and the artwork and all the stuff from there. So it's absolutely fabulous. I love that time in history. So again, talking ancient Rome, talking uh, Antioch and the Colosseum and Julius Caesar, who was the biggest JC in history next to Jesus Christ. Um, just just amazing to see. There's 160 coins that have appeared that are going to be able for people to really understand what the money was during that time frame. This is a huge win for the Judean people. This is a big win for the Hebrew people. So again, just a lot. It's just really cool. I geek out about that. I love history, and I love the opportunity to share cool things with you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, so Azure, that's exactly right. There's so many cool things that sorry. Eric just sent me a private message and I have to laugh because that's funny. Um, I wasn't anticipating that. That was funny. Um, but yeah, just there's so much history, and again, we're talking in the scope of this. We're talking about a sliver in world history, and to be able to enlighten a piece of that, and again, whether or not you like the religious aspect of this, it's there, and not to dig into it, but just pure history. The pure history is exciting. So.
Well, I think a lot of people gravitate towards coins because coins are history.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so, and you did a good job in keeping it to the coin. Uh, but yeah, Ezra's right. Three major religions
I
considered
spelled
towards.
squeaky wrong.
Oh, if you guys knew some of the conversations we had behind the scenes, you guys would laugh.
We had too much fun.
I love you guys. You guys make this so much fun. I really do look forward to the weekends. I really do.
I do too. I get disappointed when I had to do something and miss it.
Yeah, man, you know how hard it was when I was sick or when I had to cancel because I was in so much pain with my rotator cuff, and I just sit there and go, my morning's just not the same. So, yeah, me's wife likes ancients too. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if Big Flip is still here, but Big Flip has had some really, really cool. Matter of fact,
Appreciate it.
there's the one that's there, the Spanish colonial real, El Cazador, the ship coin that's there
Yeah,
on my screen. That actually came from Big Flip.
reals are cool.
Yeah. I enjoy, again, I've got a Northwest coin. I like the hoards. You guys know this. I love hoards. I love the shipwrecks. Unfortunately, a lot of the shipwreck coins are extremely expensive, so I don't have the opportunity to get too many of those. But I really like hoards, and I really like shipwrecks. And so, again, this is just another one of those items. Hey, Lady B, what's going on? Good to see you. Um, as your as a member of the Israel Antiquities Department of the Mediterranean Sea off Caesarea, all fines must be given back.
He dove on a shipwreck.
Oh,
And
I
then
dove. Oh, got you, got you,
yeah,
got you, got you.
and I think that actually depends. There's a lot of litigation for a lot of these treasure finds. Uh, but all in all, everybody always claims them. Like the Atosha and all the shipwrecks from the the 8 ships that went down in the hurricane, the Spanish government tried to get all the money back, all that silver back, and they failed because they had already had operations to recover it themselves, and they did recover a bunch of it. So, and this stuff that Frosty was talking about came from Jordan. So it would probably depend on how the Jordanians think of this.
Well, and again, you'll see this when you talk about Greek coinage. A Greek, Egyptian, and I cracked a joke. If you guys, by the way, if you haven't seen my new channel, it's called Witticism or Witticism, right? It's a kind of a witty pun to the fun light joke of witticism. Go check that out. It's at Witticism, WITTISCISM. It's just ad jokes. It's just the other side of what I love to do, just to have fun and crack some jokes, and it doesn't really matter. But I cracked a joke about that very thing. So you have to go check that out because, again...
Oh, just so you know, I've been getting notifications for Bifrost, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think I got one too.
Yeah, she had...
She's wondering.
We're rebuilding her channel because of the situation where...
Now, should we unsubscribe from the old one?
No. It's just that one's eventually just going to disappear because the way that she did that, she has a thing, and the way the account was created, it's going to be gone here in May. So she may not have access to it anymore. So what we wanted to do is avoid the potential for her losing all of her material. So I helped her do a preemptive strike to rebuild and regenerate her site. So
get in here and lay down. Be a good girl.
Yeah, no worry, Invisible. Go ahead to either side. It's okay. So ATS wants to know if Kevin has a widow's mite. I don't have a widow's mite. I need to get one too.
I have one in a ring, and then I have an Atosha Riel, and then I have an Atosha Riel in a ring. But the Riel in the ring is just made from Atosha silver. So.
I have a fake Atosha from Daniel Carr.
Well, there's a lot of fake Atoshas. Yeah, my wife's got a 8 Riel necklace from the Atosha.
Me says he has 3 widow's mites. Say again?
Yeah, most of the reproductions for the Atosha coins are made from Atosha silver. Same with the gold. Yeah. All the gold jewelry is made from Atosha silver.
Well, and you'll see that with most of the shipwrecks. When they recover the silver, they go make reproductions and utilize that. I just picked up a bar that was made from another one of I can't remember the name of it. It's during World War II, it was the one liner it was actually a passenger liner that was carrying passengers as well as a bunch of silver, and the Japanese sunk it. They recovered a bunch of the silver and made silver bars to remember this particular Hey, Jack, what's going on, dude? Prayers, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've finally been able to get some sleep. You've been in our thoughts and prayers, buddy. So, but yeah, that's I'm looking forward to that one coming in. I want to do more history on that piece because I think that would be really cool. But I love ships. You guys know I love my ships. I did a whole series on ship coins. And again, I would love to do that, but I want to get one of the widow's mites. Me says he has 3. He's lying. His wife has 3.
You can buy a graded one for like $80.
Yeah, I just need to get one. And again, every time I have priorities.
Get an ungraded one for 10 or 15.
I have priorities as far as which ones I'm buying first, and my one I'm about to just finish paying off my 21 piece dollar. Ashes has that, so I'll be getting my 21 piece dollar. That finishes my piece dollar book. I've got 2 more coins that I need to fill my typeset book, so I've got to look at doing those. So I want to get those things, but they have fell kind of low on the priority of things.
So anybody got any coin questions out there?
Say that again. Paula?
says, does anybody got coin questions? Oh, sorry.
That's
Don't
okay.
call me Paula.
Yeah. He's ignoring you, Eric.
What about live coin Q&A?
You
You got anything coming up, Paula?
Say what?
From live coin Q&A, you got anything coming up soon? You should get something together.
Nope, don't even know what's going on with it. Don't even know what's going on with it yet.
Try to do a change hunt or something. Do something every week. You guys should be doing something at least every week, even if it's
I
a short
will.
little
Yeah, we will. Amanda and I will. She's been putting
out some shorts.
Been putting videos out.
Yeah, that's
she's
fine.
been putting
as
some
long
stuff
as
out.
You're putting out content.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll keep people engaged.
I know that we were talking when we were in Orlando for the fun show, there was a bunch of people there and they're like, what kind of subjects matter can we do to get subscribers? I says, you just got to put content out there. Like I told Chuck, I says, you could be trimming your fingernails, looking through coins. And there's going to be somebody that's going to say, oh, check it out. He's trick cutting these nasty ass nails. Pardon my language. Or whatever, you know. There's people, I mean, you got 3 seconds to attract somebody. And you'd be surprised when you see videos that have 10,000 views, it's not usually the subject matter that gets them.
But we have to be careful with what we put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. My point was is that content is content.
Yeah, I know.
You can even redo content that you've already done.
Yeah.
Hey, me just gifted 5 memberships. Outstanding. Me, thanks, bud. Apita, Chris G, Steve B,
Amanda,
Silverboy Blues, and EMR were gifted memberships by me. Thank you so much.
So that was my thing. I hadn't seen anything lately, and it was like, well, try to poke you to put something online. Because if you keep doing it, you'll keep getting subscribers and keep getting pushed out into the public. I know Chuck posted those 2 shorts, and man, we got a lot of subscribers just from those 2 shorts.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. It's just
Farm Dog.
Hey, Farm Dog, what's up, buddy?
Stuff we got to work out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
We have some stuff to work out.
So hey, Paula, Sorry, go ahead.
I said I was just kind of poking and reminding.
What's the weather like there? Are you guys getting freezing temperatures up there as well?
Where?
Not yet.
Oh, her. All right.
Now watch, I'll go outside and my windshield will be frozen.
6 foot of snow.
We have had a very surprisingly mild winter this year. Other than, we've been just doused with rain, but as far as like cold and stuff like that, it's been very mild.
I woke up this morning at 24 degrees.
It's not March yet.
And it's going to get colder.
Yeah, they're talking about next Thursday or Friday getting pretty cold. First time in the 30s here in over 10 years.
We've got on the forecast, we've got lows of like 12, 14 degrees.
Yeah. If it gets like that here, my pipes will freeze.
Well, they're talking about snow on Tuesday. There's like a 90% chance of snow Monday, Tuesday here in Central Texas.
It's like that here. My implants will freeze. Stop it.
Ba-dum-bum.
Did I just say that out loud?
I hear nothing.
Wake up. I hear nothing.
The good thing is that your nose will be protected. Sorry.
That's right.
As yours, like it's 76 degrees here. He's mad at me because he spent until 2 o'clock this morning watching Chuck's videos.
There's a lot of videos. But yeah.
Well, he bought one of the books, and he's been reading, and so I want to say something that me made a compliment to Chuck. And he went back because he's been driving, so he went through and he looked at this and he says, I got to tell you something. I have listed this as one of my top 5 videos ever for information. Like, it made me really want to go back and understand what was going on. I
Which
I wanted
one?
I wanted to say that because those are the things that is what makes us tick, right? Hearing those kind of compliments, saying, hey, your video or Chuck coming on and saying certain things made me really want to know more, made me really want to understand.
Yeah.
Um, I think if Chuck hears that, he'll be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. I had fun. But it means a lot to us because, we really want to move this hobby into a positive direction. So,
That's right.
yeah, I want to thank me for telling me that because I was like, um, that was really cool. It's cool to hear that kind of stuff. Um, and again, you know,
Yeah.
to each their own. Yesterday was a interesting time, but there's a lot of good information. So if you didn't get to see yesterday, please go watch it.
You really have to, really, really have to be careful where you get your information. You
And
really
somebody
do,
who
because
is,
it could cost you money. It
everybody
could
makes
cost you
mistakes,
time.
but the reliable people who make mistakes will come on and correct their mistakes and say, hey, I was mistaken.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Well, Me says this was the first live stream that he went back and watched. Like he said, he heard so much good information, he went
Nice.
back and watched the video. So
Well,
that's cool. Those are things that are
and
impactful. So I
sometimes
appreciate that.
people yeah, I like that too. Sometimes
Go
people let
ahead.
their egos get in the way.
that and their
Huh?
greed, egos and greed. I mean, a lot of these people are doing it for clicks, and
Yeah.
like we were talking about earlier, some people will say anything to get clicks.
My
It
mom
doesn't
always
really,
told me clicks were bad.
right?
Sorry, that wasn't very funny.
280 bags. I'm
The
glad
thing is
that didn't do that.
a lot of people start collecting coins and some of them will automatically jump into errors and varieties, and for whatever reason they think it's easy, and it's not. There is so much to learn out there before you can become really proficient in either one of those, errors or varieties. Um, and people think that just because they know how to identify a die crack,
They're a
that they
professional.
got it,
Yeah.
that whatever. But
Well, my
yeah,
number one tip for finding double
and it
dies
really is.
is when you find the first one, they become easier. Until you find the first one, you struggle. You get it when you see it. You're like, this is what everybody's saying. It's not like this.
Well, that's just like the small dates, right? Large
Yep.
and small
EMR.
dates too.
EMR. Bad
And we
boy.
were talking
Same
about the
thing.
Great American Coin Hunt a couple weeks back. Just so you know, I dumped 2 rolls of brown 60p small dates in the junk pile. So there's
Holy.
160p small dates floating around in circulation now.
Oh boy.
Yep, Southwest Florida, come buy your boxes.
I think the 60s might be the easiest one for people to.
60D small date
I
would be
don't
the
know.
easiest one to find in circulation, I think.
Yeah.
Um, then the 82 small dates would probably be the easiest ones. Then there's a 74 small date.
Then how
People
come
don't
we
even
get so
realize
many questions about them?
because those are the people that are trying to
People
get
all
rich.
the time.
They want to
Yeah,
find the
those are
one.
and
But
most
they
of those
can't identify it.
I still get uh, 10 emails a week. I used to get more, and most of them are from other countries. So
Yeah.
I think they're on limited information as it is. Uh, and you tell them that it's worth a penny, and then they're like, "I'm not selling you my penny for a penny." It's like, I don't want to buy it for a penny. Just take it to the bank.
What's
Uh,
going on, Kane?
You're trying to scam me.
Yeah, that usually is the reply. And I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Uh,
Yep. You're trying to
that you
scam
tell
me.
somebody what it is, And usually their response is, you don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to scam me out of my coin. And I was just like, I don't want your coin. I got enough coins of my own.
Right.
If people saw the pile of coins I'm sitting on, you would understand.
So I want to go back to something that Kevin said just a second ago. He said, that's the hard thing for older folks in a profession. You can't let the expertise mix with arrogance. It doesn't have a good impact to the new people. I always tell people in the work that I do, when you're building your network, and you guys have probably heard me say this too, when you're building your network, there's 3 people you have to have in your stakeholders group. Now, you have to have people from all facets. If you're doing an IT build, you have to have the consumer, you have to have the IT tech, you have to have the salesman, you have to have the leader, you have to have the technical advisors, you have to have the technical writers, you have to have all those people. But you also have to have somebody who's extremely experienced, way more experienced than you, and then you have to have somebody new. It's always important that you have somebody new. And the reason is because they can ask you questions that you no longer ask yourself. So again, it's really important. There's a thing called deference to expertise. So you always want to make sure that you defer to this person who knows. So if you're going to ask somebody, hey, Paula, hey, Eric, hey, Chuck, what is this? If I ask that question, I need to defer their expertise. The only time that, and I see this on occasion, is somebody who's trying to set them up for failure. That's like, I know this, and I'm going to see if they know this. And when they get it wrong, I'm going to hammer it to them. Those people are asshats, okay?
And it happens.
It happens. But what I'm talking about is if you're going to go to somebody who you're asking for advice, I wouldn't say necessarily considered the experts in the field, because I look at Chuck and say, well, Chuck's an expert when it comes to Lincoln Cents. He's like, don't call me an expert. I'm not an expert in this. I understand them, but I've had 4 decades of looking through them. I've studied them. I get coins. I understand the stuff, but don't call me an expert.
He's an expert.
Exactly. But the only time I was an expert was when I was conceived. But when you look at people like Jack Young doesn't want you calling him the expert, right? But the people who say, I'm the expert in this, sometimes they are, but most of the time they're just fat-headed. But you always surround yourself by somebody that is new, because again, they can keep you fresh, they can keep you clean, remind you of some of the fundamentals.
And what is the number one fundamental? Relax and have fun and enjoy yourself.
It's a hobby.
If you're not enjoying yourself, you're doing it wrong.
It's a hobby.
That's right.
Unless this is a business for you, and some people make coins a business, it's a hobby. Have fun with it. This is why people are like, well, hey, you shouldn't be doing dad jokes on your coin channel. It's killing your algorithm. And I'm like, but it's who I am. This is a hobby. I want people to have fun.
But you're going to have a lot more fun if you educate yourself, because you'll be finding more stuff and you won't be losing as much money. If you start losing money, it's no longer fun.
And that goes into the relaxing and having fun. If you're relaxing, enjoying yourself, looking through coins, finding some coins, pulling some coins out, asking some questions, you'll learn and you'll end up making money just because. You don't even have to try.
Well,
Will you get rich? No.
I'm glad you said that.
Opportunity to trade? Yes.
I'm glad you said that, because there's something that I don't know. Well, let's do this. Put a 1 in chat. Hey, D McCoy's in the house. What's going on, D? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming in. I want you to put a 1 in chat if you have ever tried to invest, put money in something like a 401k, where you're trying to get anywhere between 3, 5, 8, 10%. D's like, it's cold. Have you ever tried to invest or put in something and you look at your rate of return being 4, 8, 10, 12%? If you get a rate of return of 8%. I think 8% is the what they say strive for, right? Here's the thing with coins. If you find some of these, it's a 3,500% return. You can find, you go get a roll of pennies, right? And assuming you're talking about bank wrap rolls and not, original bank wrap rolls that are $200. But if you go to bank wrap rolls and you're searching through coins and you find one and you find a variety, let's say that you find, give me a really good one, fairly common, that's worth $20.
60 DRPM number one.
Perfect. Okay. So let's say that you find a 60 DRPM. You bought a box, it's $25. You go through these, you go through an entire roll, you put it in your little thing to return it. You found one coin, it's $25. But guess what? It cost you a cent, a single cent, and granted some time. That's a $2,500 return on your investment.
If you're doing it to get rich, there was a comment. It's a hobby. You're not doing it. If you're making money, it's work.
You want to make $2 million, you got to start out with
that's pretty much correct. But when you're doing a hobby, sometimes you can make $5 or you can make $20. You're not getting rich, and it's not work. And half the time, like with me, anyways, I end up trading stuff away to try to get other stuff that I want. That is the number one thing that I love about this. And then you have camaraderie in it too, because you're talking to people, you're communicating with people that have the same intentions and views of what you're doing, hopefully. If you're doing this to get rich, you're doing it wrong. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And anybody who tells you differently is lying to you.
Yeah. Do people get rich off of it?
Yeah.
It's happened.
They want something from that, right?
Yeah, it has happened.
Most of them start out rich.
But it doesn't start out that way, right?
Most of the people that are rich that make $2 million in this hobby started out with $1 million.
Well, no, the word is, you know how you make $1 million selling coins? You start with $2 million.
Well, yeah, that's
You start with $2.
There's you lose $1 million.
How do you want to become a millionaire in the stock market? Do you want to become a millionaire in coin collecting? You want to become a millionaire in stacking? Then you start off with $1 billion, right? Because if you do this to make money, you'll end up, unless you're really good at it, you'll end up doing one or two things. You'll end up compromising yourself, or you'll lose a bunch of money as prices go up or prices go down. Very, very rarely will you do a really good job. I've talked to a number of people who have brick and mortar shops. They don't make a bunch of money on the individual coin. It's the volume, and you have to do massive amounts of volume, especially if you're selling silver.
Yeah, that's a rough racket, especially if the market gets volatile. Everybody, I see it all the time going to my local. I got one local coin shop I go to more than others, and you always see people in there buying and selling silver. And the number one comment is silver is I'm just going to use is $28 this morning. How come you're not giving me $28? And the guy says, well, I have light bills to pay. I got to pay help. I got to do this and that. And then the guy goes, so well, I'm going to buy 2 ounces, and it's a little bit over $28. Well, it's supposed to be $28. Everybody wants to buy and sell at spot.
Or under. Yeah, we see this.
It's not how it works.
We see this all over the place. Yeah, and again, it's one thing. Now, I have a problem when people inflate way too much. And again, we talked the difference between price and value. Don't mix those two.
Right.
Do not be confused with price versus value. If you want to spend $400 for a $100 coin, that's the price you're willing to pay. That is not the coin's value.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So there is a difference. So understand the price versus value. Okay. That's a very important thing, because people will utilize the word price and say value, because the value that you're willing to pay is what you're willing to spend. That's bull crap. That is not true. that is a manipulation that is used to make you think that you're buying something that value is going to be maintained. Don't fall into that trap.
Constitutional silver right now, you can buy it pretty close to spot, but you're not going to get close to spot selling it. You're going to get like 18 or 19 times face. I think it's like 22 times face now or something like that. Yep. Is what it's at. And that's where they're taking their margins at. They're selling it for spot, but they're hitting you hard if they're buying it because they've got a glut of it right now.
Yeah.
Whereas 2 months ago, they were paying spot and they were charging you money because nobody could get dimes anywhere.
Well, and here's the thing, folks, and many of you know this. Okay, many of you are out there. I know that a lot of people are like, hey, and Sirens, like, I'm more of a stacker than I am a collector. Here's the thing. Coin shops oftentimes get screwed because they buy when everybody's wanting to sell it when it's high. There's a big influx. There's a demand. Everybody's wanting to sell, and the price falls out. Now everybody wants to buy it, but now they're stuck at a negative inventory. So, again, be a little patient when you're dealing with the brick and mortar shops, right? If you're looking at that, understand. Now, I get if you are somebody like, Angry Warrior, Big Red, or some of these guys. What's the other guy, the handicapped brother from my other Navy mother? What's his name? Ringmaster Ray? Or Wingmaster Way? Again, if you're pouring, right, you need to find, in order to be marketable, you need to find prices at good prices. I get that, right? And you can find good deals here and there. But make sure that if you're trying to turn this over, they need to make a profit too, right? So be a little humble when you're trying to do that because, again, these are people's livelihoods.
Oh, as Art says, you've never seen a broke coin dealer. I have.
I know a couple broke coin dealers.
I know at least a dozen of them that went broke around 2008.
Yeah.
When silver shot from $3 an ounce to like $50-something an ounce. I quit. That's when I closed. I was like, no. When it hit to like $13, $14, I was like, I don't have the guts to do this. And these people kept buying until they were broke, and then it dropped, and they were done. They got pennies on the dollar.
So, Hugh, this is a really good thing. We talk about this all the time. Have a good relationship with your coin dealer, right? But this is where trusted sources. But again, here's the thing, and you guys know lots of people in the community that have coin shops, or they do online auctions, or they run games, or whatever it is. Here's the thing. Just because you're friends with them doesn't mean you need to take advantage of them. It doesn't mean that you can go ahead and say, well, you know what, you're my buddy. Come on, give me this deal, right? Don't utilize that as the sole source. If you guys find a good deal, capitalize on it. No big deal.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting a good deal.
Find a deal. Search around. Look at it. You can ask somebody that's great.
Coin dealers will give you good deals.
I have had relationships ruined because somebody told me, you're my friend, you owe this to me. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know you shit. we can do this, but I don't owe you nothing. Don't you ever come at me telling me that I owe you because we're friends. So you can ruin some great friendships by trying to get good deals. So be careful with that. It's okay to ask, and it's okay to say, hey, can you cut a special deal for your buddy? They may laugh and say no. They may say, hey, you know what, for you, yeah, no problem. Big Flip has done some stuff for me. Joe Durbin, I've got some good deals from Joe Durbin. Got some really good stuff from Keith, Coin Crew. And so you can ask people and say, hey, can you cut me a deal on this? And they'll cut you a good price. Sometimes they can't do it. Sometimes they're like, hey, I'm too into this. I can't. This is my bottom price. And honor that, respect that, right? But again, if they're always $10 higher than everybody else, $20 higher than everybody else, if they're always touting their thing as the limited supply, there's 500,000 of them and they say that they're in limited supply. Be careful, right? Be aware of fancy marketing, especially those that use FOMO, because they'll use FOMO against you. And for those of you that are watching that don't know what FOMO is, it's the fear of missing out. So be careful with that, because if you follow FOMO, you may be FUBAR. So
I think the word in your statement, Azer, is jewelers. Jewelers tend to make good money. Coin dealer, a lot of coin dealers are too. I mean, especially the ones that have been doing it for years and years and years. They've, I had one. He's like, "Hey, you can do bulk submissions on mine," and he did it for cost. He says, "Don't you want to make any money?" And the guy looked at me and says, "Hey, I'm 80 years old. If I didn't make my money already, I'm in the wrong business." And he's been a coin dealer since he's been 20 years old. So there's something to be said about that. But there's a lot of broke coin dealers that are trying to make it in this hobby. And you see it at the fun show. A lot of kids do that, and it always makes me feel good. There was a kid at the fun show this year, had to be 16 years old, who was going around asking everybody if they were buying, and he would buy, or they would buy a coin from him, and he would go right back and look at their coins and buy a coin from them, and go to a table 5 tables away and sell that coin to another dealer and make $50. This kid had to make $2,000 while he was there. He was really good at it. He was picking some good coins. There are people that can do that. I know a couple of young people that do it like that, but they're broke. They're making a living off of it, but they're starving artists per se. So yeah, there's a lot of coin dealers that make great money. It depends where you're at on the tree, I guess.
Win some, you lose some.
Yep. No, that's the name of the game. Jewelers, the margin is far greater than a coin dealer, I believe. I don't know. I've never been a jeweler, so I can't actually tell you that for certain. That's just me guessing. But I know a couple jewelers, and both of them do pretty well. So.
Yeah, I've had friends that are jewelers, and again, there's exceptions to every rule, right? Not every coin shop owner is wealthy. If they're smart and they know how to turn a profit and they understand how to manage their money, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You can make money.
Well,
any industry you can make money.
Every business.
I'm gonna go get a refill.
Yeah,
no worries.
Smart, you're gonna lose money.
Hopefully, it takes you less time than it did to shower.
Hey, I was snooping on you guys. I was out of the shower way before I
She's like, "Well, that's not funny." But again, if you have good business acumen, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you can make money. And again, I'm not against anybody making money. Yankee Doodle, you got friends here, dude. But again, what we're talking about is malfeasance, right? We're looking at people who would do you dirty. And those are the ones you want to watch. And again, if I don't think she was talking to us.
Everybody's waking up, I take it.
Say again?
They must be waking up.
Yeah, I think the kiddos are waking up. She stepped out to get coffee, and they're like, "Mama!" So, but again, it's CYA. It's cover yourself. It's make sure you understand. But again, just understand, and Eric can speak to this. Eric was a coin dealer. He had his own brick and mortar. He did this for a while. I get really jealous when he tells me how frequently he used to have certain coins. And what they used to go for. Me is in Texas.
Yeah, I get jealous. I think back and go, wow, if I still had those, they'd be worth so much money. But I'd be broke.
You'd be broke. Yeah, but see, that's the thing, and that's the part that people need to understand. Just because you have those coins doesn't make you valuable.
And I can tell
you have to buy them.
Being a full-time coin dealer can be, it takes away time. If you like to do this as a hobby, I am an error and variety coin collector. Love RPMs. That's actually my thing, is replenishment.
Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate that.
And, when I got into it so I could buy more stuff without actually, I didn't have the money to buy what I wanted to buy. So I started buying and selling, and then I put an ad in the paper, and I did great. It was a good thing. But what happened was I didn't have time to live my life, and I didn't have time to do what I wanted to do. The hobby became a job, and it wasn't fun.
And, yeah, that's one thing that I want to try to avoid here. Well, this is one reason.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, that's why
I know Paula. Yeah, Paula definitely understands that.
The burnout is real.
But this is why
my wife would say, "Hey, why don't you look at some coins?" And I'd grab a box and write up a buy that I bought. And it's just like, yay, I get to figure a way to get rid of some of this stuff. But I still didn't look at coins. I didn't really start. I almost took, when I closed my shop or my business down, I basically didn't look at coins for almost 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Because I was burned out. Now I look at them every day and I don't get burned out. I literally look at them for 60 hours a week. And I love it. So that is why I don't sell coins for the most part. I mean, I sell coins, but for the most part, I don't.
Coach, who are you talking to about volume settings? Is somebody too low?
In Windows, bottom right, click on the sound settings. Click on mic settings.
Never known a pushy New Yorker.
Huh.
Really?
I'm not
Do you
sure.
know any New Yorkers?
If you're talking about me, if I got hot, it's because the program just changed my settings. It does that periodically.
And if I got low, it's because I just reclined on my recliner and sat back.
And if I got loud, it's just, well, I'm just loud.
No, say it ain't so.
Mm-hmm. I am. I have.
So you guys got any coin stuff planned for today?
No, but I got a joke for you. You want to hear it?
Yes, you bet.
So there was a kid who collected coins, but he did not collect nickels. He didn't like them. And he kept everything in a wire cage. So you know what the wireless cage was called? A Nicolas Cage.
A
Nice.
Nicolas
Nice.
Cage. Ay, ay, ay.
Ooh, we got lurkers here.
What a cornball.
That's
Corn pop.
lurking.
That corn pop's a bad dude.
Hey, Miss Coin Crew. How are you? Good to see you. I've been lurking, eating my avocado toast. Ooh, that sounds good, actually. I'm hungry.
I don't like avocado toast. I like avocados and I like toast.
You know, I didn't. You ever eat at that restaurant? Was it First Watch, I think? They got good avocado toast with eggs. It's really good.
Yeah, no worries, Coach. Let me know if that happens. My system, and I've been fighting this, probably for the last 3 months. Periodically, my system will just adjust my volume. So let me know if that happens. I appreciate your insight, though, Coach. I really do. Thanks.
I like avocados, but I think I might take myself out for breakfast this morning. Azure, you want to come?
You deserve it.
I do. Before church.
I'm treating Bifrost to a pedicure today.
Are you doing it?
I always do it. Yeah,
you do?
Well, I take my wife and I take my daughter. Yeah, I always do it with them.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, are you doing the pedicure? Like, are you you filing her feet?
No. I
can't do them.
I had my wife one time. I don't like shoes. I don't wear shoes unless I absolutely have to. I'll go barefoot as much as I can. I don't care for shoes. So I get cracked heels, and my wife one time was like, let me help you take care of those. And she did that, and I was like, I'll never have you do that again. Like, that's just,
That's so
no.
gross. Yeah, touching
I'll
somebody
pay
else.
somebody to do that. I'm not afraid of people's feet. I don't have a foot fetish. But I can't.
Well, there
Like,
are some feet out there that you should definitely be
yeah,
afraid of. Just so
stay
you
away
know.
from.
I have nice feet, I think.
I'm not going to
But
be
I
licking
don't. I
anybody's
can't do
toes or
pedicures.
anything, but I'm not afraid of feet.
I
But
can't
it's
do
just,
pedicures. Mm-mm. I'm too
soak
ticklish.
somebody's feet. Now, what I will do for them is, like my wife, I will, if my, as long as they're clean, that's the big thing. If she's come
Feet are
home from work and she's like,
creepy.
my feet hurt, like, go wash them.
Feet are creepy. I
Yeah,
agree, Miss Queen Crew.
but I rub my wife's feet all the time. My daughter will sit down, and I'll sit in front of her, and if her feet are bothering her, like when she'd play volleyball, did work out for
You're
whatever.
smart, Welchco.
I don't have a problem doing that. But that's just, you always take care of the women in your life, right? That's just,
Sure,
so
absolutely.
I don't
You know
have a
where the
I
problem
feet
doing
do.
are
that,
best.
but they had better
You know
have
where their
clean
feet are
feet.
best.
That's my thing.
I take
That's
great
all
care
that
of the
matters.
woman in my life.
Yeah. Say that again.
So I take great care of the woman in my life.
Oh,
It
well,
sounded like it earlier.
I do. What do you mean? What was I
we
doing?
heard you talking to the grandkids.
Oh,
La, 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 la,
they
la. Yeah.
listen. My Liam is going through. I'm telling you, terrible Tuesday and got nothing on the threes.
Invisible, you gave me the chills, dude.
I've
That's
always
gross.
said terrible 20s are worse than the
Well,
terrible
that's
twos.
true too. But
You know,
oh gosh,
terrible
is he
twos, you
going
got to
through
buy them a
something?
pair of shoes they like. Terrible 20s, you got to buy them a new set of tires for their car.
Mm.
Yeah, so D, that's absolutely true. So D says my wife had a salon that does pedicures to some scary stories. I couldn't do it. Like, the one thing that I do, if I'll take my wife, I'll take my daughter,
Victoria,
we'll do that,
sweetheart.
and we make a day of it. I always take care of them. They're dealing with my nasty ass feet. I'm going to make
Mm.
sure I tip them well. I'm going to talk with them. I can't sit back in a chair and
So
just
you get a
just
pedicure at the
take care
same
of
time
you.
while the wife and kids getting it too?
Yeah,
Oh, good for you.
yeah. I go in and
It's healthy to take care of your feet. You should
yep.
take care of your feet.
Now,
Yeah, I go to those places. They charge extra because my feet are big.
I just have I go and I get them. I have them paint my toenails, but I do my own like loofah on my feet because I'm too ticklish. Like somebody's liable to get a broken nose.
A loofah.
Seriously, I can't stand it. Oh, it just kills me. I am so ticklish.
so what was funny is when I first started dating my wife, she always told me
Mm,
I'm not ticklish. I'm not ticklish at all. I was like, no,
mm,
no,
Everybody's ticklish.
not ticklish at all. And I was like, interesting. So, of course, within minutes, I proved that she is. She's like, it's
mm.
only with you. So we went and got her feet done the very first time. I'll never forget it. And the salon that we went to, they give you like a 5 minute foot massage at the very end. And she
Mhm.
was jumping and twitching, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're ticklish."
Yeah, it's brutal.
No socks and sandals.
No, no
No
socks
socks
and
and
sandals.
sandals. No.
But I'm like Frostbite. Like if I didn't have to wear shoes, I would never wear them.
I hate wearing shoes.
I
That
am
this
much
cold weather
happier
here,
barefoot or in flip flops.
has been brutal. I've had to wear socks 6 times this year, and I've had to wear pants 6 times this year. I have literally wore pants and socks maybe 6 times in the last 10 years.
Well, I
Always
mean,
shorts and sandals.
I don't have a problem wearing socks and shoes and pants. I don't. I mean, that's not a thing. But if I can wear shorts and flip flops, that's my go-to. If I can go without flip flops,
Even
even better.
Azure.
Yeah,
Sicko.
yeah. Let them puppies breathe.
Azure's being naughty.
But again, yeah, I don't. Again, plus it's extremely healthy to be grounded and to get to be in touch with dirt and soil and stuff like that. It's actually extremely good for you. So, Just make sure that when you go inside and you do whatever, you keep your feet clean.
Yeah.
My feet are claustrophobic. I think mine are too, Miss Coin Crew. If, like I said, if I can avoid shoes, um, then I will.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go without, people go without socks. I can't do that though. I can't wear normal shoes without socks. That just
No, you
irks
got to
me.
put socks on if you're wearing shoes, but
Yeah.
why wear shoes when you don't have to?
Mickey messaged me. Hi, Mickey.
But
Aww.
well, cool. We started out with ancient Roman and Hebrew coins, and we ended up with toenails and foot massages.
What's he getting ready to send out your smushed pennies?
Yes, and he found me something else too.
Uh-oh, what did he find you?
Might have found me a sample slab.
Mickey?
Really? Well, he didn't find it at the show.
Mickey said
Actually,
he got.
he might have.
Mickey said he got something for me too.
ICG's where you got to go. Tell you.
No,
ICG
ICG
know where they
didn't
get.
have them because we actually went there, and the guy that owns ICG, with Chuck knows him real well, and he says, no, a coin dealer had me make some sample slabs up, so if you buy a coin from him, he'll give you a slab.
He found one.
So that was what was told to us. That you had to go to we even said, what dealer was it? And he says, he's down there somewhere. And at that point we said, well,
most of the sample slabs you get at the fun show are from luncheons and things like that, but they have sample slabs. You just have to get the right person.
I've never seen one. I went to the fun show probably 15 times in the last 25 years.
I have several. They're luncheons and
there were some really nice ones out of those Chicago show.
Now those shows that he did say, the guy from ICG said, like the ANA, they pay him to do sample slabs and give them out. The fun show does not. That's why he didn't have fun show slabs. He says a coin dealer had him do it.
Hey, Azure, that's absolutely true. The sandal maker in ancient times was an extremely important person.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Sandals. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are way too good to me.
Well, we can stop.
No, it's okay.
Well, yeah, I gotta mail your.
He said somebody gave him some elongated cents to send to me too. So I don't know who that was, but thank you.
I know that he went and they had tons of them, and they were really selling them like bags of 50 for $3 and stuff like that. And I think he bought a bag of 50, and then I think somebody did give. Oh, Alan, I think had said I got a bunch at home, so I think Alan sent him some too. He was a guy that we were at the coin show with. Because it's funny, he says, I just text Kathy and told her I got her some elongated cents. She's really happy. I says, you mean Paula? And he goes, oh man, I text the wrong person.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, in fact, I'm in their club. I'm in the elongated.
The club is actually run right from the local coin store that I go to.
I'm in the club. My magazine and my elongated cents are on the way. I'm hoping there's some from the fun show.
I don't remember what the guy's name that does it, but he works the counter at the one coin shop I go to. Every time I come in there, did you sign your granddaughter and your wife up to it yet?
I know.
No.
Adam picked me up some from Cindy.
Who did?
From Cindy's elongated cents.
Oh, all right. They had like 5 tables. And they had a thing where you could put a nickel in.
They're popular.
And actually press a coin. They had a screw press.
Mm-hmm.
And you could actually strike a coin. So you put a nickel in, you strike, and you roll it down, and you strike it was like a fun show coin.
Nice.
I didn't do it. But,
you should have.
I know. I was on him. I went there to do something, and I did it.
Well,
I ended up finding a lot of stuff. Like I say, everybody I know that went there for a specific reason, they fulfilled their reason. I think Adam did real well. I did real well.
Adam always does well. How many tables did he sit at?
I don't know.
Probably one.
No. He sat. I know of at least 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah.
What's up, Pedro?
He sat at a lot of tables because a lot of the dealers
Pedro?
there, you can't just sit and look through their stuff. You have to rifle through it real quick, and if you see something, get it, because they don't want people to, especially the first couple days.
Farm Dog said he told him a lot.
Like now, Friday and Saturday, like Saturday, you can sit down. There's a lot of room to sit down and look through everything.
Voila! I see your face.
My hair's wet.
But yeah, he did pretty good. There was the neatest thing, and it was kind of quirky, but it was the funnest thing. There was a guy, he was from Royal Oak, Michigan, and he brought 3 little kiddie pools and filled them with slabs, where he had bulk slabbed a bunch of coins.
Oh, it's cool.
And they weren't expensive. Matter of fact, the coin under here that I got under there, I think I paid $13 for that. But it has RPM number 5 on it. Then
Adam
there was,
he had a bunch of those.
then there was, where did I put it at? I had a dime up there yesterday. And I think I paid 18 for this one because this is the lowest grade one. And it's got RPM number 1 that's FS 501, I think. FS 101, I don't know what. It's the FS listed one. Oh, 504, FS 504. And it's a great one. Even here, I'll put it under the scope if you want to see it. It's a really neat one.
Yeah,
and I ended
up.
up getting,
I'll bring it up.
Getting 3 of these.
So it's on your plans for today, Paula, while he pulls that up?
Just church. I've been kind of sick, so I was debating on whether or not I should go, but there's plenty of seating. I'll just sit away from everybody.
What's up, kid of mine?
Cough that won't go away.
Yeah, okay. It's cold here.
I got my nails done. They look like Elsa.
Well, you were about to start singing a song, and I was about to stop you. He's talking about popular, yeah, and I was like, It's becoming one of those songs. It's like, oh my God, don't play that again, please.
I haven't even.
Of course, there's a little scratch right above the mint mark, but hold on, let me get here. Oh, you're on screen.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I am. Hello.
One of these days, I'll put a camera on myself.
I don't like to be on camera very much because in the morning it's okay. My eyes aren't as bugged out as they get later in the day. But
yeah, I found 3 of those.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty.
Very cool.
I got to send this one in. This is probably the better find of the show for me.
Well to go.
But this one, that will end up being a $250 coin right there.
Nice.
So
that's pretty cool. And you got 2 of them?
Only if you can find somebody to pay $250.
They seem to sell. They don't sell in the higher grades because they get up too expensive. But the ones that come back 65-ish, they do sell.
Well, let's barter.
All right, there's a good one right there.
Long penny.
Very nice.
The Denver Mint gift shop.
And they're very clear.
I would love that, Hugh.
Yeah, this is an FS 501.
I would love that.
And a Walker.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That was a good find.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Hugh. Hugh sent me pictures of the gold flowing hair when they first were released.
I remember
there.
that. Yep,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Good dude. Always willing to help out and get people information. Good people.
I would love to go.
The bottom of the torch makes me giggle.
I still think more Denver nickels are going to pop up.
Oh, the final mint figures came out and they didn't mint any. They minted 40 million nickels in Philadelphia.
So let's talk. We talked about that beforehand. So why don't we talk about that now? Because we didn't actually mention that. That's actually a very good topic.
Philadelphia decided to strike a buttload more. They already had them, I'm sure. But
that's
anyway,
a thick ass.
they just showed up on their mintage figures, 2024 Philadelphia nickels. So there's now 80 million and change.
Yeah, and
89
they added
million.
50 million each in the
Yep.
dimes.
Yeah.
So for those of you that were hoarding the nickels because you thought it was going to be a run of 35 million, well, it's now 80.
But that's still bad. Like I said,
So-
they're still in the money. I mean, they're just not worth $80 a roll anymore, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
They're
it's
still
just
gonna be worth more
it
than
wasn't
$5
supposed to be
a
that many. They thought they were going to stop between 35 and 40. Is that right, Paula? 40, a very low run.
32 to 35, I think. Something
Yeah,
like that.
something low. And now they just doubled it. Bam! All of a sudden, the mintagers are out there, and you see this massive number increase. So
There's a good
I
one.
feel horrible for all those people that spent 150, $200. Ooh,
There's
that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's FS 501.
That's beauty.
But we were talking about how down the road.
I thought you found me one of those, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think you found me one of those. I have to go back through and look at mine.
ATS, where did you send it? Did you send it to the live coin Q&A, the P Bloom? Let me see. Anyway, the problem is going to be down the road that people are hoarding these. So they're going to be readily available in high grades.
Yeah.
You'll be able to pick them up because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to send them in to be graded. You'll be able to pick them up in high grades for just like the 50D nickels. You can get those for fairly cheap.
There's a little one right there. That's RPM number 3.
Why does that mint mark look upside down? Is it just me?
It looks weird. I think it's because of this.
Is it an inverted
Which is
S?
it's S over S east. There, the inside of the top loop. Right there.
Yeah. Okay, what am I doing? I'm looking at what did ATS say?
The other ones are still in the box. I haven't got them up, but I think I got about maybe 15 cherry pickers varieties.
Personal. Oh, okay. Let me check my personal then.
So one thing that I wanted to talk about when she was saying this, how many of you remember the 1880? Was it the 1880S? That was
1901.
Was it 1901?
I think it was the 1901.
That was worth just crap tons of money. And
You're talking about until the
somebody
GSA
correct
hoard
me.
came out?
Say again?
Yeah.
You're talking about Morgan's when the GSA hoard came out?
Well,
Yeah.
not just with the GSA hoard came out. That was one of them, but there was another hoard came out, the Battle Creek hoard, where there were just 10,000 Morgan dollars, and the price was just through the roof. It might have been, I don't remember what the coin was, but they were like $250, $300, $400. And then when they were released, they dropped down to like $50.
Yeah, I think she's right, like 1901 something.
I don't remember the date. I just remember that it came out in the 1920s or something like that. And
the 19030.
Oh, they're there.
That sounds
right. Yes. So I do not believe that's a Henning nickel ATS. I'm going to verify it with Joe Cronin, but I don't believe that's a Henning nickel. So
yeah, the 19030 is the one.
If I don't, was it?
Yeah, it used to be they minted 4 million, but they only knew of 3 or 4 coins floating around, and they were really expensive. And then that GSA or some weird hoard come out, and they flooded the market with them.
But ATS, I would like some a little bit clearer and closer pictures. I want close and clear pictures of sense and of God. Those are two areas that I really would like close and clear pictures of. I'm sorry, we're having like different conversations here, but if I don't keep up with it, I'm going to forget what
Yeah,
I
no,
was
no,
saying.
I'm shutting up.
No, you're good. You're good. ATS is listening, I'm sure. So, okay. What was I doing? Now I was doing something. Now I lost. I
There's
forgot.
a good one.
Or you're looking at Morgan up the.
Could be. Let me look at the. Let me look real quick at the tolerance ATS. I want to say
I haven't looked that one up yet to see what it is.
I don't know, 197 or something.
Really nice split there on the upper serif.
Oh yeah, you can see it all down the
Yeah,
back
beautiful.
spine. You can see it right underneath.
Yeah.
You can see it right in here.
It's warm in this house. Somebody
Is there
cranked up
doubling
the
up in
heat.
the pluribus? Or is
I
that just
don't think so. I think it's
mechanical
just later
doubling?
dice. Yeah, you're talking about that mark, maybe?
Yeah.
That's just a mark.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. That don't look like it. This is a 44, right? It is a 44.
You guys are. I forgot my camera's on. You guys are looking at me like looking at this stuff. I'm like, what am I looking at? Sorry,
We don't get to see
forgot
you
my
very
camera was
often.
on. I know. I get this really like focused look on my. I crinkle my forehead. And, where is it? By the time I get this, somebody will already have it in chat, I'm sure.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the weight tolerances for the nickel.
Oh.
I have a chart, but it's never where I think it's at. So I'm just scrolling through stuff right now. It's gonna come up here.
Is it the Jefferson?
Yeah, it would be the same for all of them. Oh, Braden's calling me. My grandson's calling me. Whoops. I hung up on him.
I think this is actually number 3.
It's what?
Oh my gosh.
I think it's number 3. RPM 3.
Wow, where the heck did all these down? Oh, there it is. Okay. Open. Cheers.
But I actually was leaning towards 18 at first too, EMR.
So plus or minus 0.194. Yeah, I was close. I said 197.
So here's.
So 4.806 to 5.194 are within tolerance. And I can't remember what yours was.
I've got it on the screen if you want to look at.
Yeah.
I ended up finding a couple of those.
And yours was?
Those are pretty cool.
.21, yeah, but yours has quite a bit of pitting and stuff too, so and I'll tell you guys, you can actually, like, acid can actually erode a coin away quite a bit, and you still will have full detail on the coin. It's very strange, I know, People they'll always say, well, yeah, but I still see all the detail and everything. It's because because when coins are struck, the detail is actually struck really deep into that coin.
And that is actually how nicodate works when they
Mm-hmm.
nicodate a buffalo nickel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's actually struck really deep into that coin, the design. So you can,
Pulling a bruise
quite a
out.
bit of erosion can happen on a coin and you can still have full detail. So it's deceptive, I know.
That was one thing. There was dealers at the fun show that were selling barber dimes. They were selling them by weight. They were not selling them by rolls because
Yeah,
people don't buy them because they're so worn
yep.
down that they've lost a bunch of the weight. Even Mercs
Hmm.
can be like that, where they've lost a bunch of weight.
Yep. Yeah. You can lose quite a bit of silver if you have enough of them.
Well, yeah, there's actually a conversion if you're looking at that to determine the value. Um, I'll see if I can find it. I know Seeker has um, it's like
Well,
0.7 instead of 0.8 or whatever it is, 0.78, because you have to account for the silver lost on worn coins. So it'll tell you what
it
the
is
weight is.
probably nothing ATS, but don't just set it aside, put it in a flip, set it aside. I'm going to just verify. If you could send me those two pictures, a close up of cents. I really want to get like right above cents, but cents and God.
Yeah, there's a really nice die marker at cents for the Henning. Talking about the spot.
A little like a little triangle. There's
Yeah,
more Monticello too, but there's quite a few. And Joe just found one down near the bust,
the
the front of
color.
the
Yep.
bust, a new one. But I couldn't tell from his photos if yeah, it just doesn't look like a Henning to me. So usually you can I can spot them just from looking at them, but not always. So I do want to verify.
Coach, I haven't even looked at it to be honest with you. Um, the silver 250th Navy
Good
anniversary
morning,
American
Ray.
Eagle.
So apparently there's going to be Army, Navy, and Marines, I believe, ASCs that have their a privy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll buy the
But
set.
there's, why not do a million privies? Because
I think
why
that's
not?
going to be the new thing. They're
Yeah,
easy to put in the
Well, they're
dies.
going
They
to be
just need
like
to
the
be
copying
maple
what's
engraved.
been
leaf.
done at Maples. Yeah.
Yep, like the
Yep,
maples.
exactly. They're doing the
They
same thing.
overdid those too. So, the
Yeah.
U.S. Mint likes to overdo stuff.
Anything that supports the service, I'll pick up just because I enjoy supporting that. But so I'll probably pick those up just because. But I'll just pick up one of each.
But is it the 250th anniversary of the Navy? I know it is the Marines, right? But is it?
Um,
I
I
didn't
think
think
it
all three
is.
of those branches came about the same time, did they?
Um, this year, October 13th is the yeah. So it's not 2027.
And
Is
really,
the
if they want to be accurate, they should have done Army Air Corps.
2027 is when the 250th is for the Navy because the Marine Corps came out.
Yeah.
Um,
So kind of weird that they're doing that, right? And didn't the Army and the Air Force, weren't they one in the same Army Air Corps until they weren't?
They were.
So why aren't they doing Army Air Corps? Yeah, it came off of that though, Inkman, right? Air Force came from the Air Corps, from Army Air Corps. Just like Space Force came from the Air Force.
yep, ground space and cyberspace. They took over the space and cyberspace. A lot of people don't realize that Space Force is actually in charge of a lot of crypto based, or not crypto, counterintelligence on uh, network and tactics like that. And how did I just go
Marines
blank?
came from the Navy.
GPS. My God, I can't remember. They manage all that stuff.
Air powers.
Yep. Air Force came from the Army Air Corps.
Army Air Corps.
Yep. AKA
Careful
Wingnut.
me.
AKA Wingnut.
Careful me. Yeah.
Me says
Battles
the Air
are
Force
won
is
on
his
the ground,
fifth
but wars
favorite.
are won in the air.
Say again?
The battles are won on the ground, but wars are won in the air.
Now they're won digitally.
Digitally kill someone.
Oh yeah, you can destroy somebody. Ones and zeros. Take away their house, take away their car, take away all their finances. You can totally dismantle somebody's life. So
Yeah, that's not the same. That's not exactly the same as a bullet.
no, I get you.
Probably worse.
Some cases. What's the what was the one?
And me, just so you know, we all, every single person in every single branch signed the same exact blank check. So.
Yep, we all said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. We all took the same oath.
So careful when you're disparaging somebody or.
Oh, he's being funny. He's being funny. That's all.
I don't think that's funny. You can joke about a lot of things with me, but that's not one of them. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not easily offended, but that kind of stuff.
He's diehard Air Force.
So sorry.
Well,
Huh?
have I ever told you about communication across the services?
I'll defend any branch of the military. I don't care.
Oh, me's diehard red, white, and blue. Yeah, that's no doubt. But he likes to pick on people. I ever told you about military communication and the differences between them, and how you can tell what they mean by each one? So, secure the building. What does secure the building mean? Well, if you're talking to the Marines, they lob 500,000 shells into the building, level it, turn it all into dust. They walk over to the commander and say, building secure. You go to the Army, they put a fence around it. They turn on bright lights, blast music, put armed sentries out there. They say, building secure. With the Navy, they go in, they shut all the windows, the doors, they turn off all the lights, lock the door, and they say, building secure. The Air Force sends in a team. They investigate the property values, put a contract with an option for 5-year lease to buy, and they say, building secure.
It's true.
It is true.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get like all butt hurt and everything, but I do get a little bit defensive when it comes to that stuff.
He's all joke. It's all humor with him. He just doesn't know good humor if it bit him in the ass. So, all right, folks. Well, hey, it's 10:20. I need to go make sure things are ready. I need to eat something. Paula needs to take off.
Have a blessed Sunday, you guys.
Yeah, hope everybody has a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, too, for coming up. As always, I appreciate you guys. So, DSS MMA, are you able to talk about the AI general in Ukraine who is operating all the drones? I have no idea who that is. Can't speak to something I don't know, so I can't really talk on that. If you want me to do some research on it, send me an email. Let me know that you're interested in finding out. And when Tiger Stacker and I do Stack Collector, we start talking about various items. It might be something that we talk about. Check Stacker, I still owe you an email. I have something I want you to create for me So I want to talk with you if you can. Folks, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for coming by. Vote for Pedro actually asked a question earlier, and I meant to answer it, and then I walked away for just a second. Which ship did you serve on? I served on multiples, actually. Um, Spent time on the USS Cushion, when temporary duty on the Cowpens, USS Fletcher. Spent some time on a LA fast attack submarine, the USS Honolulu. Spent a little bit time on a flat top, very short time, and then I did some shore duty. So I was on a multitude of um, ships while I was in the military. So absolutely loved it. And again, yeah, no harm, no foul for that. But I hope everybody enjoyed this. Again, I'm going to be putting the resource into the coins that we talked about at the very beginning. Um, oh no, subs suck. You got to be a unique character to enjoy a sub. I have huge kudos to our sub sailors because it is tough not to see land for quite some time. I can't do it. Love being in the ocean. Love being out to sea, sitting in the back. Hey, what's up, Reckless? Hey, invoice paid, brother. Just sent that off to you. Looking forward to getting that piece. But yeah, I enjoyed being in the Navy. Love being in the back of the ship, laying on the fantail when they're running dark. Check the phosphorescence. When you're kicking up the algae, see the green trails. See dolphins doing flips in front of the ship. See the flying fish. Absolutely loved being at sea. So yeah, I enjoyed my time in the Navy. But again, I've worked with every branch of the service over the years, and again, I am just a huge supporter of those. Doesn't matter if you're from our country or another, who put your time and your effort on the line to defend your nation. I have respect for you, along with those who take care of the veterans and those who serve as first responders. So a lot of respect for those who serve others. So if you're one of those, mad props to you. Love you guys. Appreciate you tons. All right, folks. Well, like I said, pay attention to Wednesday. I've got a new video coming out in the collectible series, the $50 series. This one is on William McKinley. Really cool, interesting story. Talk about the Navy. Maybe you've heard of something called the Great White Fleet. If you haven't, I've done a video on it. Go check that out. And you guys, I'll see you later during the week. Be well, be blessed, and I will see you in the streams. Take care, folks. We'll see you.